It's people that are in self-denial that, I can't really cope with because, you can see it. Everybody else can see. Everybody else is talking about it. And you're saying, oh, no, no, you know, just give me three more games. No, no, we're not giving you three more games. Just leave now. Eric Ten Hag.
Mind you, it's a difficult one, isn't it? With
Yeah,
you said that in the press conference, he said, "Oh well, we were rubbish," and that sort of language. But is it right, do you think, to publicly have a go at your team like that? Okay, he's not
yeah.
necessarily mentioning individual names, but to say we performed terribly, we were rubbish, that's not going to go down over well, so we say, in the dressing room.
Yeah,
And obviously, when a manager loses the dressing room, as we know, that's often the beginning of the end for them.
yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah, honesty is good. It's no good with your head in the clouds pretending
yeah.
it was better than it was. But there's also a line which you might be a bit foolish to go beneath. Criticising the team, writing it off completely.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure that always works for a manager.
Well, it worked. It worked for Mourinho, didn't it? Mourinho would go, and he would say this about his
Yeah.
players when he was at Chelsea, and that was when he was the top of his game, and it worked for him, and it worked for what's his name, the Alex Ferguson, worked for him. So I think,
Did
yeah,
Ferguson do that? Did he publicly criticise? Did Ferguson publicly criticise his players?
yeah, he would
I
criticize
mean,
it.
he obviously did in the dressing room. He
Yeah,
sort of
certain
kicked
ones.
things around, but
Oh yeah,
did
certain
he?
ones he would criticize a press conference. They would say, "Oh yeah,
Mm,
what about this player?" And he'll go, "Oh yeah, But he was very
yeah,
clever the way he said it. But mind you, Ferguson well, it's basically he's a Scotsman, but it's like an Englishman, right? But Amorim is different, isn't it? So his language is going to be different because he'll have to translate it in
yeah,
his head to English and then say it. And sometimes it might not come out as intended.
yeah.
Yeah, so obviously what we hear is the English, but maybe what he's translated is the vernacular or the foreign
Sort of
language.
lost in
There's
translation,
a
sort of
lost in
thing.
translation. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still like this on the guy. I'm not quite sure where I stand as to whether he should stay or go. I mean, it's not up to me at the end of the day, but um, I'm not hearing that the outcry is not loud
Mm,
yet. There is
no.
outcries. There is outcries from the fans, but it's not drowning yet. When it starts drowning, then he would know that he has a problem.
Mm.
Because
Do you think? Can I ask you a question? Do you think that Alex Ferguson, obviously, arguably the most successful, certainly British manager, Scottish manager
yeah,
in our history. I mean, he was phenomenal what he achieved. Because when you look back, it's like he made players play well above themselves. Perhaps
yeah,
those who weren't top of the game,
yeah,
others he obviously had some great players there, but he achieved incredible results all the way through.
yeah.
But okay, they've now he doesn't he's no longer an ambassador because in their economy cuts his job as an ambassador, I believe, was ended. So he doesn't have, if you like, that influence necessarily
Mm.
in the boardroom or anywhere else. But something tells me that, in the sense that Manchester United arguably haven't had a really successful manager since he. A really successful manager since he retired in
Yeah,
2013. They've had, I mean, I think Mourinho won a trophy or two, and some of the others. Louis Van Gaal, I thought at his moments, I thought he was a great comedian. That fellow,
Yeah.
good chap. I think. So I think one time he just suddenly fell down to the floor on his back to make to make a point, and I just thought he was great. You know, you need a bit of light-hearted relief,
Yeah.
but really they haven't found somebody who you would say is clearly going to be there for a few years, like Guardiola, like Klopp, and so on. And I wonder sometimes if it's the great man's shadow almost, even if he's not now an ambassador. I guess he doesn't get into the dressing room, but everybody will still know that Alex Ferguson, the king of Manchester United for years and years, is there. And I wonder if that inhibits all new managers. They wouldn't be able to say, "Well, I love the job, but I don't want Sir Alex overseeing this or trying to tell me how to do." Who knows what happens? But do you think his shadow has a negative effect on some of the managers?
Well, I think it should have a positive effect, but I can see how it would kind of have a negative effect. It's like if you're a teacher and you
Yeah,
have all of a sudden you have somebody from the board of education in the classroom just wanting to
yeah,
see,
absolutely.
so you're going to be under pressure
Yeah,
to impress. I can see where that could happen, but
yeah,
overall, I don't think so. I just think if you're not a good fit, I wouldn't say bad manager. I would say if you're not a good fit, perhaps because of the timing or because of your style or because of the players that you have at the time, if you're not a good fit, it will always show.
yeah,
Good quality would always shine through. Doesn't matter. If we know that about music, don't we? Because you're watching all these talent shows on television. Somebody comes and he says, "Oh, I'm really, really nervous." Sometimes they're visibly shaken,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yet they open their mouth, and this quality comes out. And you
yeah.
have the ones that would say, "No,
That's
I'm here to
true.
win. I'm here to do this. I'm the best," and they open their mouth, and you
Yeah,
think, what was that?"
yeah,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
good quality will always shine through. I
Yeah,
don't see his presence being inhibiting anything. I just think if they're not a good fit, I don't actually believe there are bad managers because they are working, aren't they? I mean, they've been paid to do
yeah,
it, and they're doing it to the best of their knowledge. But for some reason, something in the process is not working, and
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
it'll show. The results will show, won't it? But it could be psychological. Who knows?